Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson, and this is TGO Wyoming, On the Move. And in this late Monday edition of On the Move, we're going to talk about the Land Cruiser is fixed. So Nick and I have spent the last 3 days working on the Land Cruiser, and this Memorial Day weekend, and it's an important weekend, but we've just filled it completely with work, and we have done a lot to the Land Cruiser, and by a lot, I mean a lot. So it has new spark plugs, new wires, new cap, new rotor, new PCV, new grommets. The valve cover is painted. We have cleaned the throttle body. We have the hard part was actually doing all of the O2 sensors, which Nick so kindly took care of. And I am sure he will comment on how miserable that was. Yeah. So he's slightly out of frame over here. Wave hi, Nick. Yay.
Hi.
But yeah, lots and lots of work to the Land Cruiser, and I am pleased to report that all of the idling issues have gone away. The oil leak is fixed. The engine bay looks wonderful. We got a whole bunch of new hoses in there. We've got, oh God, what else do we do? So throttle body, full cleaning, plugs, wire caps, rotors. The rotor was a little chewed up. The cap wasn't too bad. Who knows if those were the original plug wires. Tell you what, the grommets, the seals, everything that was inside of the valve cover, thank you. Those were probably factory. Those were probably 241,000 mile seals. They were not fun to get out, but we were able to bang those out and get them replaced with seals that actually work now. The O2 sensors, we actually used a planar type O2 sensor from Bosch instead of doing the original Densos. So those were, instead of being $165 a piece, were $40 a piece, and like $8 worth of connectors and a little bit of time. So man, I tell you what, this thing has so much more get up and go. It is idling well. It is responding extremely well to the throttle. I just could not be happier, and now I know that this is going to be, ready to rock and ready to roll all the way up to the bighorns and the next big trip. Like, I'm just not concerned. Got the AC is actually blowing a little bit too cold right now. But yeah, that part of the project is done. The engine revitalization project is successful. So now the big thing is to measure fuel economy, see if I'm actually going to get better gas mileage. We've been kind of putting the hammer down on it a little bit today just to make sure everything's working correctly. You could definitely smell the paint on the valve cover baking in, and that's wonderful, wonderful. But we've got it currently in power mode with the ECT button engaged, so more than enough get up and go. The motor sounds happier, it was responding better, and the plugs weren't in horrible condition, but they certainly weren't in good shape. So everything's just, it's amazing what happens when you clean everything up and you just get it all spiffy again, all nice and spiffy.
Basic maintenance is important.
Yes, follow your damn maintenance schedule. It's there for a reason. You might think, plugs every 35 or 60,000 miles or however much it is on this one is too often. No, just do it. Just freaking do it. Replace plugs, replace wires, replace things that need to be replaced. And so you don't cause problems for the next person who owns the car, or you don't cause problems for your own car. It's actually important. It's not an exaggeration. So,
more importantly, everything degrades in a linear fashion, which means you don't feel the degradation because it's subtle over time. And then when you fix everything after a long period, it's snap that fast, and everything is so much happier, and it runs 100 times better, and it feels like a brand new car, because essentially it is.
We're sitting at 650-ish RPM idle. It is perfectly smooth. The power rolls on well, all the way up to $3,000, past $3,000. Yeah, I mean, that just wouldn't have been possible before. That would have stuttered a little bit. The number 6 plug was a little difficult to get out, not gonna lie. That one was, we had some concerns about that one. But, brand new NGK plugs, NGK wires, Denso cap and rotor. Just the overall improvements to the ignition system are substantial. Like, it really, really did make a difference. So I am very pleased. The motor is very happy. You know, this has a relatively new water pump in it. My dad did that before I got it. So not gonna have to worry about that for a little bit. I'll replace the belts in the near future. The wife got her new RAV4, so we've got work to do with that. That is gonna be the next project. We knew going into it, we still bought it anyway, that it probably needs a new rack and pinion. So it does a little bit of floaty on the drive-in, so, you know, not totally responsive. It's not a big deal. We'll just get it replaced. And still only paid $11,300 for the RAV with 87,000 miles on it. And so it could be a lot worse. The other thing the RAV4 needs is new brake pads and rotors. They are grooved terribly. They need to be replaced. Brakes are still good on the Land Cruiser. Motor's running like a champ. Like I said, I'm just really concerned about my fuel economy. Hopefully I will go from that 8.5 to 9 mile per gallon mark all the way up to maybe 11 or 12. So I know a lot of guys on these old 80 series cruisers are getting, you know, 12, 13 miles per gallon combined gas mileage. So that's not bad. And that's on overlanding trips. That's not just, you know, cruising down the highway, but should be good. Should be good. So yeah, a late episode for On the Move, but it's been a crazy amount of work, and for the last 3 days I haven't had a vehicle to drive, so I can't exactly record an episode of On the Move. But other awesome stuff is coming your way. It really is. There's so much to review, so much to do, so many places to go, and now we can go there because the Land Cruiser is working, and life is good. Things are working out. You know, my mantra for the last week has been nothing works, everything sucks, and while that has held true for a fair bit of time, you know, things are on the upswing, and realistically, I mean, I'll see if you agree, Nick, this project was not nearly as bad as it could have been.
Not even close.
So, I mean,
It could have been infinitely worse.
Did you bleed? I didn't bleed.
I got a little tiny scratch, but that's it.
All right.
I didn't bleed.
So, yeah, I mean, that blood factor right there. Nobody had any serious injuries. Nothing actually broke.
Yeah.
Now, the nuts on the O2 sensors.
Yeah, I had to gently modify a heat shield.
Yeah.
And a nut that had been eaten over the years of salt corrosion. But other than that, no. I mean, I didn't have to replace a single stud. I didn't have to botch anything together. I didn't have to shade tree anything, which is awesome. Everything went as smooth as you can expect for a vehicle of this vintage.
I guess the only thing that broke was that retention clip on that wiring harness. That was it.
Yeah, that was really it. And that was easily solved with a zip tie.
Yep. All right, here's the beautiful thing, right? So we're going about, let's see here, 15 miles an hour, just.
And it's what you'd expect out of a straight 6.
Yep. Torque.
Lots of it.
So, all right, well, thank you guys for watching. You know, if you found this video entertaining or educational, let me know in the comment box below. Comment box. Hopefully, you have found this video entertaining and or educational. If you have, let me know in the comment box below. That's how it's supposed to be said.
Hey.
That's it. And of course, if you want to support the channel, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber, if you just stumble across this in suggested videos or search results. And of course, you can also check out thje80wyoming.com and the in-progress midgardsurvival.com. I've got some new things going up there, hopefully soon, as long as the website still functions. And it'll be awesome. But yeah, that's my new business, my e-commerce store. Right now there's hammocks and hammock hanging kits, which is a good time to get your hammock. I got 2 left in stock at the time of this recording. And yeah, it's summer. It's time to get out and hang between a couple of trees. You gotta hang cool or hang warm. It just guess depends on your climate. But yeah, you can also follow me on all my social media platforms. Instagram is my media platform of choice. So links are in the description below. But that's about it. I think we're gonna let this thing cool down, then replace one final heat shield, do a little bit more maintenance here and there on it, and we're gonna be in great shape. So thanks again, guys, for watching. As always, stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll see you next time.